This is the morning of the 5th of December. Clip put up by The Guardian, U.S. News, titled, CDC Advisory Panel Votes to Limit Hepatitis B Vaccine for Newborns. Move from RFK Jr.'s advisor mirrors Trump's team, regressive approach to long-standing vaccine guidance. You want to make sure you pass this along to any pregnant women that you know. This is written by Melody Schreiber, published on the 5th of December. The U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC vaccine advisors, voted on Friday morning to limit hepatitis vaccine in a major move signaling the Trump administration's regressive approach to vaccines that have been given safely and effectively for decades. Well, we don't know how safely and effective they've been given because you get a lot of kids dying of SIDS. I just did a video of a girl got her shots. She was, 4 months old, and she died 2 days after the shots. The panel of advisors to the U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Now, what does Robert Kennedy have to do with medicine? He's not a doctor. He decided to remove the well-established and far-reaching recommendations that all newborn in the U.S. receive a hepatitis B vaccine. The committee voted to recommend that parents of infants whose mothers test negative for hepatitis should decide when or if their child should receive the vaccine series after consulting a healthcare professional. The problem is a lot of these healthcare professionals, like during COVID, got a bonus for every shot that they gave. And they really banked if they went ahead and vaccinated their entire patient base. The move will add confusion to routine vaccinations and create access issues, especially for lower-income families, experts said. While the advisors make non-binding recommendations, they frequently form the basis of official policy, and they directly affect the way private and federal insurance providers cover the vaccines. This is going to lead to an increase in preventable infections among children, said Michael Jackson, the program director of preventing policy at the Hepatitis B Foundation. The vote is removing choice by causing barriers to access. And parents are not going to know who to trust any longer, she said. Hepatitis B vaccines are still recommended to children whose mothers test positive for the virus, the advisor said. The shots for most infants at birth will now be shared clinical decision-making. The advisors deciding voted 8-3, although this is a term that is poorly defined and usually reserved for non-routine vaccines. We have heard to do harm is a moral imperative. We are doing harm by changing this wording, said Cody Messer, a professor of pediatrics at the Gazelle School of Medicine at Dartmouth College, who is widely seen as the most experienced member of the committee and who strongly opposed the change. You can finish reading the article. It just gets more confusing now. Again, you got a guy that is just a friend of Trump's, and he makes him head of the CDC. It's totally insane. I'll attach the link. So what do you do, folks? Do you trust your pediatrician who might be getting paid by the drug manufacturer? The whole thing's insane. I'm glad that's all behind me. Pass it along, and thanks for listening.